Excellencies, dear ambassadors and permanent representatives, Excellencies, high officials of the African Union's Commission, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good evening to you all. I would like, first of all, to welcome you most warmly and to thank you most sincerely for your presence this evening at this family reception dedicated to introduce Algeria's candidate for the position of Deputy Chairperson of the African Union's Commission. Let me also convey to all of you the warm wishes and greetings of President Abdelmajid Tebboune, who attaches great importance to your work and to the role of our continental organization, the African Union. Together with his fellow African heads of states and governments, President Abdelmajid Tebboune is very keen about the future of our organization and deeply committed to bringing in Algeria's fair share to promote our collective agenda for peace, stability, and shared prosperity. In 2 months' time from now, member states of our organization will have the opportunity to elect a new leadership of the African Union's Commission. This operation may seem as an ordinary task or a business as usual undertaking. After all, we have gone through the same exercise at least 5 times since the transition from the Organization of African Unity to the African Union, and no less than 15 times since the creation of the Organization of African Unity back in 1963. Notwithstanding this track record, we firmly believe that the upcoming elections are anything but ordinary. They are not ordinary elections because times we are living in are not ordinary times. They are times of deep crisis, times of profound turmoil, and most clearly, times of great uncertainty worldwide. As we see it, it is no longer possible to affirm that international law is above all and that it applies to everyone and everywhere. It is also no longer possible to rely on the international collective security system to achieve regional peace and global stability. And last but not least, it is no longer possible to claim that the international system protects the weaker from the stronger, and that it unites the world around universal norms, principles, and values. These dangerous dynamics are being at play in almost each and every crisis situation around the world. We have all seen how the logic of double standards has become evident in the face of war crimes and crimes against humanity being committed openly and brazenly against civilians. We have also all seen how the excessive use of force has become a privileged pattern to dominate others and to promote selfish interests against global common good. And last but not least, we have all seen how universal organizations like the United Nations have been weakened and marginalized, while hotbed of crisis, tensions, and conflicts multiply, accumulate, and expand regionally and globally. Clearly, the world is in dire need of a great deal of political wisdom and strategic foresight, two values that have constantly hallmarked the African family. Our continental organization, the African Union, is therefore expected to play a prominent role in tackling this unfortunate world state of affairs, while advocating for the norms and principles that make up the solid foundation of the contemporary international system. The strong voice of our organization is badly needed. Its active involvement is urgently required. Indeed, the African Union cannot remain idle in the face of challenges that continue to unfold unabated on our continent as a result of the ongoing polarizations and increasing divisions worldwide. The mounting threats of foreign interventions of multiple dimensions, those of terrorism and transnational crimes of all kinds, as well as those of endemic political instability and chronic economic deficiency, are all worrisome developments that deserve our organization's unshaken dedication, extreme attention, and decisive action. Likewise, the African Union cannot afford to shy away from the numerous opportunities lying ahead to assert its rightful place in the global arena. Africa has recently made major breakthroughs that need to be consolidated, pursued, and nurtured to better serve our collective agenda, Agenda 2063. In its previous position, be assured that if elected, Ambassador Sلمة Malika Haddadi will spare no efforts to ensure that our continental organization's secretariat meets the highest standards of management in terms of human capital and financial resources. With your confidence and support, she will bring to the AU Commission the required energy, the much-needed dynamism, and the desired efficiency for a healthier management to unleash the full potential of the Africa we want and the Africa we cherish. There is an adage, a saying that emerged during South Africa's resistance to apartheid regime that speaks to the contribution of women in the fight against oppression. This adage, this saying, translates in English as follows: you strike a woman, you strike a rock. I can assure you that if elected, Ambassador Sلمة Malika Haddadi will be a rock of the AU management structure. A rock that consolidates the unity of our organization. A rock that strengthens the resilience of the African common action, and a rock that builds up the cohesion of the new leadership team of the AU Commission. Rest assured that the Algerian candidate is a safe pair of hands that can be entrusted with this heavy but still gratifying and very rewarding responsibility. Ambassador Haddadi is ready to serve. She is ready to lead. And she is ready to deliver on the mandate we hope you will entrust her with next February. Allow me to conclude by stating clearly that Algeria's candidature is not a vain quest for prestige. Algeria's candidature is not a useless search for influence. Algeria's candidature is not driven by a thirst for laurels. Algeria's candidature does not come out of a sudden search or eagerness to score political points. Algeria's candidature is none of that all. Rather, Algeria's candidature comes out of a strong determination to serve our union, to serve it diligently, to serve it tirelessly, and to serve it faithfully. Algeria's candidature comes out of strong belief that it is timely and that it is adapted to the new continental environment with its challenges and promises. And finally, Algeria's candidature comes out of a deep inner sense of an African duty that we are keen to fulfill with all African men and women of commitment, faith, loyalty, and goodwill. I thank you all for your kind attention. Long live Africa. Long live the African Union. And long live the African unity. Thank you very much.